Hello. Let me adjust. There we go. Turn down the music a little bit just to make sure it wasn't overpowering. All right. Let me let people know that my stream is live. Okay. Okay. All right. And no, Silva's in the middle of a game tonight. So Silva's doing no Silva tonight because Silva's doing a D&D game. It's funny, having a second monitor means now I can keep track of all these things that I used to just like have to struggle with. Like all the things I would just have to be like, well, I guess I'll just make it work. All right. All right. I think I've let everybody know that the stream is live. Hey, Nekomaji. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the picture I posted on Discord? One of my housemates got me set up with their old monitor. It's not like a super fancy monitor, but it's still a second monitor that I'm using. He's been in chat before. His name is Pelly. Said, you know, he had a spare monitor, and I'd mentioned not how I have to keep track of chat on my phone. And he talked about how, you know, he had another monitor, but the thing is my laptop doesn't have a display port and the monitor was just a display port. So he picked up a display port to HDMI converter, so we were able to get that set up. It's definitely exciting. So now I can keep track of chat while doing something else without having to keep looking over at my phone. But it creates this interesting thing. Let me show you. So before, if you remember my just chatting screen, had my avatar on the left and chat on the right because I kept my phone plugged into the charger on the right side, so whenever I would look over at chat, it would look like I was constantly looking over at chat. So like when I was looking at chat on my phone, it would look like I was looking at chat on the screen because I would look to my right, and my avatar would look to my right. You see. But now, because the DisplayPort monitor, because the HDMI thing and the extra space on the table is on my left, I'm looking left in order to look at chat. So it looks like my avatar is looking left. Actually, I forgot it's mirrored, but looks like my avatar is looking to the opposite side as before. Okay. I hadn't even considered about how my avatar's emotions are mirrored from mine, so left is right and right is left for my avatar and mine. That's going to be something to keep track of whenever I get hand tracking. If and when. So I use VMagic Mirror, so I could theoretically, if I had a better, if I had a more powerful webcam and a more powerful CPU, I could theoretically get hand tracking now for like $15. Just get the paid version of VMagic Mirror. But yeah, so now it looks like I'm looking at chat because I'm looking in this direction. To my left, but my avatar's right, which is kind of creepy. I don't know why that had never occurred to me before that was a thing. Oh, that's interesting, Nekomaji. Sorry, Nabiru. You told me Nabiru. I'm just so used to calling you Nekomaji. Yeah. Alright, not gonna lie. Whenever I read manga or comics, it takes me a couple pages to figure out which direction I'm supposed to be reading them. Because I'm always unsure of which direction my eyes are supposed to be moving in most of them. Especially in web novels. Not web novels, in web comics. So I spent most of yesterday setting up this monitor, and it's weird because like it's got this really weird resolution. And if I set up, I don't know if it's a Windows 10 thing, I don't know what it is. But if I set it up for the resolution that is recommended, that is listed on the screen as the primary resolution for the screen, there are these thick black bars on the left and right, and so because it's too skinny, and it's also so tall that I can't see the top or bottom because it gets cut off by the bezel. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like if I have it set the same aspect ratio as my computer, because it's about the same size as my computer, they're both about 17 inches. Then it's cut off on every side, and I had to fight with it for like the better part of, well, it was, I don't know how long it was because there was a 3-hour period where I was off and on fighting with this and working on prep work for my Lancer game, which that was exciting. So I think I mentioned this before, but a couple sessions ago, my players, now Lancer is a sci-fi mech piloting tabletop role-playing game, right? The game is primarily designed to be a mech combat simulation game. Like most of the rules and mechanics and tools are designed for mech combat with a decent amount of things to do between missions. But not a whole lot. It's like between missions, it's this very rules light, um, description heavy, thing where you can kind of just do whatever. And I've been improvising a lot of stuff for that, and so the players infiltrated this cult. Now, I to build this campaign, I translated over the Lost Mine of Phandelver, the starter D&D 5e adventure, to Lancer, and I'm still finishing up the rest of it. And the players are facing these challenges, and they went to infiltrate this cult. Now, in the Lost Mine of Phandelver, the cult is like a footnote. They're a side thing that it was optional, but then I decided to give more options for interaction, and I just wung it. Because the players are infiltrating this cult. They're expecting your stereotypical robes and ceremonial daggers. They're expecting, like, blood sacrifices, ancient rituals. What they get is people wearing pretty standard clothing of like your average body armor and equipment for people living on the frontier, and people armed with pretty standard weaponry for defending yourself. And so that's what they get. And instead of being like we have dark demonic rituals, it was an MLM. It was a multi-level marketing scheme. Yes, very sneaky. And like I told them, I kind of, this can be a little bit limiting, but I like to write what I know, and I know very, very intimately how MLMs work. I understand how multi-level marketing schemes work. Yes, that contradiction between expectation and reality. Like, my players were literally like, do any of them look like they have like ceremonial daggers? Are they wearing like robes? Hey Jay, how are you doing? We were just chatting. I was talking about the role-playing game I run on Sundays, which is this sci-fi giant robot game, and how it was there was this fun interaction where the players infiltrated this cult, and they were expecting your stereotypical like cult with like blood sacrifices, robes and ceremonial daggers, and what they got was a multi-level marketing company. It was hilarious. And one of them agreed to sign up for it, which now we have to role play, and I had to plan out all of the different phases of the MLM, so that way I would know what effects are going to be happening, what expectations, what interactions are going to be happening to that character, to that player who's now technically signed up for this MLM, and what that does in the game world. It's hilarious. And also, I got set up with a new to me monitor, and it's working really great. It took me about 2 to 3 hours to get set up, but it's working pretty good. Jay, I'm not trying to dox you, but are you my friend who was telling me that he started working on his novel again? We were talking the other day. We used to play Vanguard together. Anyway, that was my weekend. How was y'all's weekend? Did anybody do anything exciting or interesting for the weekend? I know, Nakamaji, you said you have your quiz thingy, right? Your game night or something that you run? Nabiru. How'd it go? Was it... Oh, you watched it twice. Isn't the second season airing now? Or is it like part 2 of season 1 with Spy Family? Oh, okay. You think so? Okay. Man, I just got really thirsty. So what do you like about Spy Family? Like, how are you liking it? Okay. I couldn't really get into it. Like, I watched the first, I think like first 2 episodes, 2 or 3, and I've seen clips of most of it. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of annoying vibe. It's like I kind of have some of the same problem with it that I have with One Punch Man. And it's that it's a gag series. There's a joke. And like I just keep waiting for the joke to be over and the actual series to start, but it's not going to because like I keep waiting for the bit to be over. Right. Like, and I always, because of my interaction with humor, a lot of time when it's like with these gags and with these jokes and with these bits, part of me is just waiting for the bit to be over so we can laugh. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Nabaru. I can see that. But like the bit in Spy Family is that, you know, Lloyd and Yor don't know what's going on. And like part of me wants to see an AU where Lloyd figures out that Yor is like superhuman, is a superhuman assassin, and Yor figures out that Lloyd is a top-notch spy, and they both figure out that Yor's brother is a whatchamacallit, what is it, secret police, and they work together on adventures in order to uncover the mystery of Anya, right? Because Anya's got this whole mysterious backstory of like coming from this place for producing superpowers or whatever. But like, that's the joke, that none of them will ever like that they won't catch on, because as soon as they catch on, the joke's over and it stops being a gag anime. Yes, Berlin. Speaking of Berlin, okay, so this is gonna sound funny. The Berlin's makes me think of lint. The place where I live has a washer dryer combo, but the washer broke, but we still have a dryer, and we still use the dryer for some things, right? But I've never seen anyone empty the lint thing, and I didn't know where it was, so I was looking in there, and the lint trap for this dryer is like inside the dryer drum, and I grabbed it and no one had emptied it in so long. The lint was caked on, and I had to I didn't even get all of it. It took me a couple minutes to just dig through all of it and get it out of there, because like you want to get that lint out, because isn't it like a fire hazard if it stays in the system? But yes, it is so lazy, but so funny. It's just Berlin with a typo. So tell me, what are you hoping for this week, Nabaru? Ooh, that sounds exciting, Nabaru. I'm a little bit excited for tonight because, like, the last few streams I've been getting people who were just randomly searching and found me. And but the thing is, those are also for writing streams. So I'm wondering if, since I'm doing RPG Maker, if I'm gonna get anyone searching for me, or not searching for me, but searching for random streams. Also, it's a thing where like I'm only live for like 2 to 3 hours, so don't know like how that's gonna go, but it's always exciting, the thought of possibly meeting new people. That's always one of the exciting parts about streaming. But also, So fun fact, I applied for, well, not applied, I inquired about a VTuber group today because I realized there's this streamer who I really like that I've had good interactions with. Um, that like as in I'm a fan of, not like weird parasocial thing, like not like that. Um, and I know that she's a part of this VTuber group, and another member of that VTuber group just debuted, and I was like, you know what? I wonder what it'd be like to be a part of a VTuber group. So I tracked down what group they were in. I sent them an email, and I was like, hey, I have a I have a small, I have a small community, and I think, and I'd be interested in joining your VTuber group. Um, I don't know what they'll say. I don't even know if they actually check their business email. That's the thing. Yeah, it's not so like it's a different animal. Like a VTuber group is a different animal than a VTuber agency because like a VTuber group is just a group of VTubers who like all advertise each other and like share their communities. And like I don't know what they're going to be the requirements like for their group. I know I have no intention of like starting over from scratch because I've worked too hard to build this community and to build this character. I've been streaming as Orion as myself. I've for 4 years. See, now I'm like, I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. I don't have anything in bottles. I don't want to bring anything down here that's not in a bottle because I'm afraid I'm gonna like I'm gonna have nowhere to set it and it's gonna fall over. That just reminds me, probably tomorrow or some other time, I need to get some Propel waters. Or I asked my housemate to order me some Propels from Amazon and I just send her money. I might do that. So that way I don't have to go get them. So that I can have some. Like I normally don't like drinking fluids, but now I'm just really thirsty right now. I don't know why. Like, we've just started. Maybe in a little bit I'll run up and grab a drink. I'll take like a 2-minute break to run up and grab a drink in a little bit. I didn't drink anything whenever I ate supper, and supper was a little bit spicy. But it wasn't really spicy. But I don't know. I think it might be exciting to have people beside me. I've been on my own for a while, you know. Yeah, I could fill my shaker cup with water. I have a shaker cup. I could just fill that with water. But it doesn't have the kind of lid I want. All right. Anyway, let's roll over to the game making screen and I can go over what we're doing today. I have made a few changes. So I want to show you. I have a bunch of stuff I want to show you. All right. So first, if you look down here in the bottom left, close this up. I was watching a tutorial comic that was put out by Yanfly, this big plugin maker, about game design, and Yanfly made a few of these comics that were really detailed and would walk through a lot of the basics of game design and creation, and they're really, really useful. I'm really sad that Yanfly didn't continue them, but I also understand why. Like Yanfly said that people weren't really watching, so not worth putting all that time and effort into getting something made that people weren't going to watch. So there's this thing in RPG Maker MV, I don't know if it's in other ones, where you can have maps underneath certain other maps, so it's kind of like in folders. So Yanfly suggested to make these 5 maps: debug room, to do, work in progress, finish maps, cutscenes, and use them like folders because you can drag maps around from one to the next. So then I broke those down, and then Yanfly also had some suggestions for putting together filler maps in order to build the framework of the game, and I realized I was getting caught up in a lot of the details. And I was getting so caught up in the details of what I was doing that I wasn't getting the broad strokes done. I wasn't getting the framework done, and I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just wandering around. But first, I want to show off this dungeon I made. So in this dungeon, right, what happens is you go up and you talk to the castle at the top, the king at the top of the Blue King's castle, and then you find out that he's betrayed you, and then he sends you to the dungeon, and then you have to find your way out. And there's a whole thing with trying to find your way out, that there's a puzzle where whenever you press the button, wards of that color will deactivate, and whenever you press the button, the other two, like there are 3 color wards, and when you press one button, the other 2 buttons will reactivate, so you have to like activate them in the proper sequence in order to escape. And you're looking for the airship pilot. So that's what you have to do in order to get here. Let me actually... I still have to put in the new artwork for the new characters I've designed so far. System... There we go. That should stop encounters from appearing on the map. Okay. So you start here, you see there's no airship here. Go in. I'm still working on designing the interior here. I definitely got to work on the interior here, but I'm not trying to lose a lot of time on it. And then as soon as you get in, a cutscene plays where you find out one of the bandits is trapped in down here. And he activates the first level, the first thing. You see he's already pressed the green button. The green ward disappeared. Gives a clue that you have to press the button. You see blue ward up there. Have to get to the blue ward. Get to the blue ward by coming down here. I don't know if I showed you all this, but I'm proud of it, so I'm going to show it again. And then the blue ward is not only the exit to that room, but also the exit to the room up here. Now we still need to find... Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, so I was just checking if my background music was playing because it didn't sound like it was playing. I just heard this clicking noise. Like, it's weird. Now, here's the thing, right? The players have two choices. They can go through and just use the red and green ones in order to see, okay, you need the red one for him. Or they can press this yellow button. If you press that yellow button, it unlocks everything. And then this is Jimothy, who's the orc, telling you what happens. So, if you do that, it starts an optional boss fight, but you don't have to do that boss fight. And then whenever this map is done, I'm going to have people and treasure and different, here you get him out, you can get me out. I'm gonna have treasure and other fights and other people you can interact with along the way. Oh, there's a treasure down there. I have a few ideas to spice this dungeon up, so I'm probably going to move this one into work in progress. I forget you can sprint in this game. And now the airship is here. There's a whole lot more to the game, but I wanted to show that dungeon off because I put a lot of time and effort into designing that puzzle. It's really simple, but I think it's kind of fun. So yeah, that's that puzzle. I'm actually gonna move that from finished maps to work in progress because there's a lot of stuff I want to add to that map. This still needs NPCs as well. So I'll move this to work in progress as well. Okay, so that's that map I've designed so far. Thank you, Nabiru. I put a lot of effort into that. It took me a good couple hours to put together that puzzle. I had to design it. So it took a lot of like trial and error, and I kept having the buttons sticking. There's a lot of debugging and a lot of problems with that map. So one of the things Yanfly suggested was putting together filler maps, where the map, like for a town, is just walk through the town, have one NPC you talk to that gives you the key that unlocks the entrance to the dungeon, and then transports you to the dungeon. And then eventually, when you have all of the towns and the dungeons designed, and then for the dungeon just have a straight line the players walk to get to the NPC, have an NPC they interact with that's supposed to be where the boss fight's going to be. Don't actually put the fight there, but then have like some of the dialogue and have this like lead you into the next area of the next town, just so you can get the framework designed. And once the framework is designed, you build up around it. I was trying to build without a framework, which is why I was kind of going all over the place and in a lot of different directions. So I'm going to design a few really simple filler maps, and we are going to go from there. So let's design this starter town. Okay. And actually, whoops, this is not. I don't want overworld, I want outside. Hey, I can work with this. Kind of. Whoops. There we go. Got a simple town. Now I'll put an NPC in here they talk to. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, playing sound effects. What sound effect do I want? Probably one of the earth sound effects. I remember those were really good. So he'll flip the boulder switch. Okay, all right, so we've created that. Now we go up here. Play sound effect. All right. All right, so that'll take him there. Okay. So we got that. Okay. Where do I... Okay. So I've got that. Now I'm going to work on the intro cutscene that's going to lead into that. It's just going to be a text crawl. That I'm going to have set up so that way it'll be the intro to the game, a really simple text crawl that'll tell the basic story, tell them what they need to accomplish. Or like set the stage. Actually, let's test the starter town. Let's test the starter town and see how it works. Okay. Can't go around it. I should have made that a if variable. Okay, all right. Starter town works. Except let me alter this slightly. Still got to do the intro cutscene. Sorry about that. Goodness gravy. Okay. Probably change the dialogue a little bit. Okay. Starter town is done. I mean, I could tweak the language a little bit. I could tweak a lot of things. But that's not the point. So we're going to move that down to finish maps. Now let me go to the world map real quick. I want to make you somebody else, not just the old person. I'll make you the old lady. Did I do this wrong? Like, why did that appear right there? That should not appear right there. Okay. All right, so now there's the forest set up. The forest is going to be a side path. Okay. So we haven't done we still do the intro cutscene and the ending cutscene, but that might be something I save for later. Okay. All right, next up. Red Castle Town. Let's build a really simple red castle in here. I started building a town here. Let's build up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm building a really simple castle. It's going to be a simple one-story castle. If I want to add more to it, I'll add more to it later. Right now, I just need a simple castle for the character to walk through and get into not into trouble, but into all right. Okay. So got that. What do I build for the roof? Yes, yeah, getting into trouble is kind of fun in fantasy, Nekomashi. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay. I realize I could this could be so much simpler. Okay. Very simple. It is the Demon King's castle. I know there should be some towers in here. There should be a lot of things in here. Okay. Okay. This is starting to come together. There we go. Okay. No windows. Looks like an absolute monstrosity. You know what? I'll throw a few windows on here. No, these windows are too small. Okay. Okay. All right. It's not the prettiest map in the world, but it suits what I need it to do. So there's the Red Castle town. Now I need to build the Red Castle inside. Red Castle inside is going to be very, very simple. And we're gonna fill in. Sure, we'll do that. Then I'll make a walkway. What I'll make the walkway out of? Yes. Duelist Otaku Nabaru. Did you change your username? I see you have the same icon as the other Nabaru. What'd you do? Alright, so now I won't accidentally call you Nekomaji. I'll call you Nabaru. Because I can see it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. What monsters do we have? Oh, okay. I see Nabaru. Okay. What do I use? Okay, consumable, no. Okay. Okay. The sky, the two stars that spilled, the surface of the light and the darkness is absorbed overlapping ripples to attract each other. Guide the sun to those who go on the path of pride. What are you writing about over there, Okusen? Sacrifice to those who aspire to the ends of ambition, trembling, burning, release it from your hands with the courage to beat your body, applause, to be prepared without hesitation. Where is this some kind of copy pasta, Okusen? Is this some kind of copy pasta? Are you memeing me right now? I'm over here hard at work. Yes, the Chuny anime chants. Oh my gosh. Shut up, I have no choice but to continue. Keep rolling in a strange spiral, an adventurer who wanders forever. Oh no, Okusen's having his Chuni arc. No, they're having a Chuni arc uh full of delusions of importance and ideas of superhuman dealings. Say it ain't so, Okusen. Oh, it's JoJo's. Oh yeah, didn't you say you were gonna start watching JoJo from back to front? Is that what you did, or did you start with the first season? Oh, you didn't do anything. Okay. Oh no, now Nabiru's going. Darkness beyond black is pitch deeper than the deepest night, more vast than the greatest ocean, colder than the coldest ice. King of darkness who shines like gold upon the sea of chaos, I call upon thee and swear myself to thee. I stand ready to bear the strength you give me, that the fools who stand before me be destroyed by the power you and I possess. Oh my gosh. Did you just make that up, Nabaru? Or have you just been standing in front of a mirror planning your Chuni arc? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was really detailed if you pulled that out of nowhere. Slayers. Okay. Yeah, sure. Slayers. Nice cover. You have made up your own Nabaru? Hit us with it. The souls of lost stars shall cause the great beast to awaken. Through their sacrifice, it shall tear through the dimensional walls to reap its vengeance. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can feel it. I can feel the power, Nabaru. I can feel it. Oh. Oh my gosh. Do you remember? I don't know if they still do this in the current Cardfight Vanguard anime, but in the beginning with Vanguard when they had the ride chance when you rode your avatar, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Those were chef's kiss. It was everything. Okay, alright, hold on, story time. So, when I played Vanguard, I played Dimensional Robos, because giant robots. And then the G era happened when we had Strides, and Strides were so powerful. They had such a huge sway on the game, and they all had such amazing artwork. It was like filling my inner Chun-Li. And all of them had flavor text. Yes, from within the flames of purgatory that never extinguish be born. Once again, to scorch the land and bleed the skies. Yes. So all of the cards have flavor text, right? And that flavor text is on a lot of them, it's the ride chant for them, or some version of the ride chant. And Ultimate Dimensional Robo, like Super Ultimate Dimensional Robo Die Earth was the stride I was using. And I was playing D-Robos, and I was at a Vanguard Locals. Everybody else had gone home. It was just, yes, because dragons. And everybody else had gone home, except for me and a couple other people. We were in the back room. Nobody else was there. And it was an intense card fight. It was so intense. It was like brutal. And then I was about to stride for the win, and I was so hyped because I think I top decked the stride fodder for it. And I top decked the card I needed to stride. And it was like an all or nothing, bank it all, going all in. And my opponent was in the moment too. We were just in the moment, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go so hype right now. My opponent was just like, do it, go for it. And so I strode, I put it down there, and I screamed. I like yelled out the ride chant. It was so freeing. Everybody thought I was the biggest nerd, but I felt alive. No, I didn't say final turn. We had some rules about that. If you say final turn and then you don't win that turn, some people rule that you lose because you've made an incorrect game state because you stated it was the final turn and you were wrong. Other people just said that declaring final turn is a form of disrespect to your opponent, and that was just a DQ for that. So I had a little bit more decorum than that. Oh my gosh, I miss Vanguard. Like, it's so weird because Vanguard was such a huge part of my life. Like, I was splitting. Angel Feather archetype and cards are really good. The whole thing with trading out your damage and all that. They give me. Did not give me a thing. Oh, there it is. There he is. Yeah, I still argue that some of the best times in Vanguard was G era because you had so much strategy. You had legions, you had strides, you had limit break, you had break rides, you had all of those mechanics interacting together in G era. And then now it feels like they've been trying to like separate all of the mechanics from each other. And it just doesn't seem the same. I've heard about the over trigger, the one that gives you like plus 1 million power if you check it. Oh, great. Another grade 1 that broke the game. Do you remember the grade 2 rush where you would rush your opponent at grade 2, refuse to go to grade 3 so that way your opponent couldn't stride, and then all the G break decks would just fall apart? Zarzan lets you special from hand any grade and draw cards. They just need to be vanillas. No once per turn. Oh, so I mean, you could always play a bunch of rear guards in one turn, couldn't you? Sorry, I or is it special like call to the Guardian Circle? Are you talking about calling to rear guard or calling to Guardian Circle? uh, Rear guard? Okay. Does it do it like mid battle? Two from hand to rear, then draw two, and turn up a storm of cyclone from the G zone. Oh. So people made degenerate combos. You could use G break skills. Oh. Oh, okay. I remember, I remember, Guys, the one that, like, if you had a bunch of reverse cards, you, like, auto won the game or something. It gave you, like, an auto win condition, some kind of Exodia style thing. I remember that back in the G era. Yeah, Glendios. If the enemy had 5 lock cards. I remember now. Oh my gosh, now you got me all hot and bothered talking about Vanguard. Okay. This is very simple. I'm going to expand this. I'm just trying to put this together for the framework right now. Whoops. Never actually played against Zarzan player, but I've seen videos. One thing, they would always prefer getting hit by the over-triggered 10 million cards rather than a Zarzan. It's that bad, huh? Okay. All the Chuny chants. Oh my gosh. Now you've got me wanting to play Vanguard again. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! I got tired of because it doesn't have a whole, like, Yu-Gi-Oh's become an entirely different game, but Vanguard I think became that thing that was great for me because I was coming out of the abusive relationship that was competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I was coming out of the abusive relationship that is mid to top tier Yu-Gi-Oh! Competition. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's gonna need my purposes, these are finished. Let's run a test real quick. Nope, that doesn't work. This is why I'm glad I tested. This is why I'm glad I tested. Oh, Nabaru is being say-so. We were talking about card games and ride chants and being chuny and having a real good time. I was telling some embarrassing stories, remembering. So like, it's so weird. Like going to Vanguard locals used to be such a big part of my life. Like there was a point when I was about to turn down a job offer because they wouldn't give me guaranteed off for my weekly Vanguard locals. Like that's how much Vanguard used to be a big part of my life. How much those nights going to Vanguard locals just made me feel alive. Win, lose, or draw, it always felt amazing. Um, Chuny Champ by the Chuny anime's main character herself. Reality be rent, synapse break, banishment this world. Rift grates of the abyss, open now and unleash thy darkness. Shatter the illusion before thee by the power of the Lord of Extinction and guide it to its ultimate fate. Schwartz Ashbenut. Ashenput. I can't go all in because the people are sleeping, so I can't go all in on to be fair, we're all being a little bit chuny. Okay. All right. Chuny bio. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness gravy. All right. I think so. We've got a bunch of filler maps done. We've gotten a bunch done tonight. Fight scenes are amazing until it's shown from the male non-Chuni's perspective. Oh no. Is it all delusions? Is it all make believe? Are they all just like slapping each other? Yeah, there was a Sentai like that. There was a Sentai that literally ran on Chuny delusions. Okay, all right, lots of Sakuga, lots of those epic moments. Not the ladle. Anything but the ladle. Anything but the ladle. No. No, not the color contact lens under an eye patch. Anything but that. Color contact lens under an eye patch. You don't get much more chuny than that. No. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I remember that. You talking about that dude that like would like walk around essentially cosplaying as Ryu? Our minion has twin tail hair and uses them as nunchucks named after Thor. No. I remember at Edison there was a dude who like went to an anime convention one time and it completely rocked his world. Okay. I remember at Edison there was this dude who like they said he went to an anime convention and it just rocked his world and he just never stopped wearing his Ryu cosplay. Did you ever meet that dude, Silva? Do you remember him? Oh, okay. So it was somebody else. Edison had its fair share of chunies. All right. So we're making a lot of great progress. If you all don't mind. Oh, okay. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not placing it. It's also been like why did she have that name as her nickname? Yeah, it's been at least it's been at least like 15 years. Oh, yeah, she had the big booba. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I feel like continuing on, because like normally I'd be wrapping up around now, but I haven't done that since I stopped doing gaming content. We've got a little bit left to go. So I don't know. How are you all feeling? Mostly what I'm doing now is I'm putting together the filler maps in order to get filler maps for everything to build out the framework, and then I'm going to go back and build the actual maps. after I get the filler maps going. I do remember, I think I remember that. All right, I'm gonna go get some water. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm gonna put on the intermission screen, and I will be right back. I'm gonna get some water, then we'll see how much longer we can keep going. Ooh, that sounds hilarious, Nabiru. Like I said, I'll be right back. Just gonna get something to drink, and I'll be right back. Gotta hydrate. Tuning questions set in tuning ways. Ooh. All right, everybody. We're talking about the, let's see, Magic the Gathering Professor rate Yu-Gi-Oh cards on Team APS channel. Yeah. That's funny. See, the one thing, like, the one thing that bugs me. So like that's always bugged me about Yu-Gi-Oh monsters, right? That like they have attack powers in the thousands just because it sounds cool. Pay half your life points to say no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was playing with a friend of mine. I was playing against my roommate, and he has a Sacred Beast deck, right? And uh well then. Was like, and I was playing, and my friend wanted to switch decks, and I have no real interest in playing other decks. I barely have an interest in playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And we switched decks, and I was playing a Sacred Beast deck. And then I had to read all the cards because I don't know what they all do. I just always presumed they do what he said he did. And he got to the point where he was able to mirror force and send a bunch of my stuff to the graveyard. And he mirror forced because I filled up my field because he was running 4 Sacred Beasts, two of them, of the fourth, 2 each of the 4,000 attack ones. And so I managed to get 3 of them on the board, but I ran into a mirror force. And then I had 1 more on the board, but he had Scrap Iron Scarecrow because I run Scrap Iron Scarecrow in my deck, and we'd switch decks. So I'm sitting there with 1 Sacred Beast, and he has a Scrap Iron Scarecrow, and I'm like, I have no way to recycle these dudes out of the graveyard. And then I just scooped because I'm like, I'm literally just sitting here drawing, doing nothing until I see because he doesn't run MST, so I have to wait till I see his Harpy's Feather Duster or the Double Twist Tornado in order to get rid of it. And then the worst thing, I know for a fact that I run 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, so if I blow up one, he's probably just gonna have the other one. So I just scooped, and he's like, why didn't you use this card to get them out the grave? And I'm like, that doesn't get them out the grave. That gets them from the deck to your hand. And it was a moment where like he thought the card did one thing, and then we were looking at it, and like I feel kind of bad because he'd asked me to look at the deck and tell him what I thought of it. And I just skimmed at it, and I was like, yeah, sure, it looks good. But like, I didn't tell him, hey, you should probably trim this down to 40 cards. Hey, you should you should optimize for your combos here, and maybe have a backup in case your main boss monsters fall through. And now when we play, because my deck's incomplete, it just becomes a question of if I can kill him before he can get his Sacred Beasts out. Because after he gets his Sacred Beast out and gets their field spell out that like makes them immune to card effects, I'm just kind of sitting there with twiddling my thumbs because none of my things can target his stuff. Anyway. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun, Okusen. Oh, you only gain power during the damage step, so Mirror Force does nothing to you? Okay. Slow play, equip card, but so much fun if I put it on something that can attack multiple times. Oh, that's funny. Cobbled together some sort of theme. I got lucky and managed to get zombie archetype going from Metal Raider, so I won that match. Oh, that's fun. Yes, 7 colored fish. I remember that. Hmm. Yeah, seeing the card art play out small narratives was always fun. All right, let's test this intro cutscene real quick. It's not much. It's a really simple cutscene. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, DD Warrior Ladies. Yes. I misspelled thief. Need a little bit more text in order to explain what the player is supposed to be doing. But all right. Yes, it's a very simple intro cutscene. Rothschild's card is a full D&D campaign with a good or bad ending depending on the order you put them in. Oh, that's interesting, Nabaru. Now, in Yanfly's suggestions for how to build this, they suggested having each dungeon lead directly to the next town, but I'm having each dungeon lead back out essentially to the world map in order to utilize the world map, because I do want to utilize the world map, because that is the main like narrative thing that's happening. Story which I didn't realize till the other day. Marin is Skull Dog. Even though it died, it became a skeleton. It gets to go on adventures with the Skull King and so many cards. Yeah, I wanna make use of the. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't want that to be 3, I want that to be 2. Okay. I think I can put the rest of them on as events. Okay. So now I have entrance to that. It really is Okusen. Yeah, that is interesting, Nabaru. Hmm. Oh, that's cool, Silva. Just gather up all the cards that are confirmed to be related, then talks about. Oh, okay. Yes, a kitty dragon got a puppy. I would have thought Tricky's more of like a harpy dragon. Hmm. Slowly become a very adorable, petable animal. Okay. Okay. Oh no. I know you do, Silva. Everyone knows you do. That's also true, Nabiru. I wonder if one day someone will simp for me. Just saying. Okay, Nabiru. Song makes you want to play Ace Attorney. Really, Okusen? Hentai AI Race Queen. Is that a euphemism for? Is that a euphemism for one of Melody's forms? Because didn't she have a Race Queen thing? Oh, okay. I've never played an Ace Attorney game. Bro, so my roommate told me the other day. I knew it. I knew it. I remember hearing about that, Nabaru. Oh, really, Okusen? You would pay me to play Ace Attorney on stream? How much we talking here? We can talk. I don't know. I didn't think we'd get this far, Okusen. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think we'd get this far. So she was like a race car flag girl. That's what Melody was. Project Melody had a costume where she was like a race car flag girl thing. Did you think it meant like race of people? Because that gets really problematic real quick. So this is some deep VTuber lore where Zentrea, also known as Zen, her current lore is that she was sent from the future in order to stop Melody from becoming malware and taking over the world. I don't know where the smellware came from. But the joke is that Melody is an AI, but she has a dark side, which is malware, that wants to take over the world, but she's constantly struggling against malware in order to keep malware from taking over. Okay. But yeah, so like, speaking of video games, my roommate came to me the other day and he was like, yo, this dude is gonna give me his old Xbox, I think 360 or whatever. Yeah, so Melody started as a hentai AI, as a hentai streamer, and has now become a mainstream streamer as well. So she like definitely rides both sides of the line. Well, she used to be on the hub. I don't know if she still does stuff, if she still does the NSFW stuff on the chat place, or what. I don't know if she still does that every once in a while, or if she's completely given that up. Yes, she is so very wholesome. Oh my gosh. Her saying bagel are... Her trying to say bagel is adorable. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is me being scatterbrained, I guess. Um, my friend, my roommate was like, "Yeah, I met this guy who's got all these Xbox 360 games or whatever, and got Xbox controllers, and he's gonna give them to me, or I'm gonna buy them. I don't remember how he's getting them, but he's like, when I get it, one of the games is gonna be 99 Nights, and you and I have to play that game." And I'm like, maybe. And he's like, "No, we gotta play that game." And I'm like, and he's like, "It's like Dynasty Warriors." And I'm like, eh. And it's one of those things where like he's super excited, but like he gets super excited by martial arts stuff and by like fighting things and action. And like I'm not really. I'm more excited by like the sci-fi stuff, and it's just this thing where like we speak two completely different languages. And it's kind of interesting how we both speak these two completely different languages of how we interact with each other. Okay, Nabiru. You can tone it down over there in the corner. I see that, Nabiru. I have heard a lot of great things about Star Ocean, and I've been meaning to play them. I've also heard great things about Fantasy Star Online, or is it Fantasy Star? Yeah, it's PSO, right? Fantasy Star Online. I've been meaning to play them. A lot of my gaming stuff is on hold until I get my gaming PC. Do you have to have played the old Star Ocean games in order to keep up with the new ones? And what's the new which one has giant robots? Fantasy Star or Star Ocean? Fatnessy? Phantasy Star has giant robots. Okay. But it's more fantasy. I might like that though. That might be right up my alley with like the space fantasy kind of stuff that I kind of like sometimes. I'm presuming you sail across the stars because it's called Star Ocean. Okay. Okay. That is a very bright checkerboard pattern. Great character design. Okay. But it's more medieval fantasy with a bit of sci-fi near the end. I don't know about the future games. I only remember Star Ocean 2 and 3. 2 takes place on a single planet, a very classic RPG. Last Hope is more sci-fi and you go to other planets. End of Time is Bulduki. Okay. Speaking of fantasy games, the Ace Attorney Trilogy is $30, so I will pay $30. I can't see why the End of Time is like that without massive spoilers. Star Ocean 3, End of Time had great character design, Silva. XP. Okusen, you're saying you pay $30 so you'd buy me Ace Attorney Trilogy in exchange for me playing through the entire Ace Attorney Trilogy on stream. That's a really big time commitment, Okusen. Because aren't those games like super long? How many hours are the Ace Attorney games? Because I've watched some of my friends play through them and they're like really long. About 20 hours per game. The first game is about 20 hours. All right. Since I'm going to be gaming and not doing game design, I might not have the mental fortitude to go more than 2 hours per stream. So we're talking at least 10 streams for the first game. If I do that both Monday and Friday, that's over a month of gaming. You would pay me to play the games off stream. We can talk more about it later if you're serious, Okusen. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I don't make assumptions. I always I try to take everything into account. All right. That was not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Oh my gosh, now all my things are out of order. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I got started on everything except the ending cutscene. There is no more serious left. Currently watching a VTuber blank her model on a spike in Amnesia, The Dark Descent. What? What are you doing, Okusen? Alright, let's wind down for the night. We got a lot done. Got Hyperdimensional Neptuna Rebirth. Okay. I can't play Genshin. Like, all the characters in Genshin are so skinny. I want to give them a can of beans. Like, I was watching Hattie play Genshin, and like, I just mentioned that like they they all look so small. And she's like, no, look how big this person is. And the person was just tall. And I'm like, that's not what I meant. That is the polar opposite of what I meant. That person's a beanpole. Like, I want me some thick, tanky boys. Like, I'm like, I need some big buff dudes. And she shows me, oh yeah, look, these are all my husbandos, and they're all these like waif thin. Well, they're all roughly the same size. Same width, but different heights. Yeah, not so sure about that, Silva. Don't make me... Oh, wait, is this one of those things like you were saying where you were saying you have no more serious left, Okusen? Or we've broken you? Yeah, Nabaru, that... Thank you for the heads up. That would have gone very poorly. I'm still not sure how Silva would have tried to sell me on it. Alright, so you are completely serious about Neptuna being banned. No sussy games. I see. When I get my gaming PC, I might play through the Arkham games on stream. What do you mean some streaming sites make it hard, Nabaru? Are you saying like I'd get like banned? I would get like banned and stuff if I played certain games? Oh, Okusen, you're excited about the thought of me playing the Arkham games? I got them all on sale. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're not helping your case, Silva. I mean, it is what it is. Like, once you get into the gaming space, like I'm not a big time streamer, so honka badonka donkas. So like I'm not a big time streamer, so I'm not gonna get watched as closely as like the big names. Um, but uh, I still don't want to like, even if I can get away with it, even if I could fly under the radar, that's still not my branding. Like my branding is positivity, is creativity, telling unique and emotional stories, is uh yes, that's another thing, Nabaru. That's another thing that like if I ever do see any form of success, every one of my old videos will be judged. I'm aware of the Neptunia world. I'm aware of the story, or at least not the story. I don't know anything about the story, but I am aware of uh the basic premise. I know that there are girls that are like goddesses that represent each of the gaming systems. Like, if I was gonna play a visual novel, I would play Muv-Love. Like, if I was gonna play a visual novel, I would play the mecha visual novel. Well, you know what I'm gonna ask, Okusen. You already know what I'm going to ask. What am I gonna ask, Okusen? What I'm gonna ask is, do any of those visual novels you want to recommend me have giant robots or power armor? I might even take spaceships as a spaceships and space travel featuring prominently as an alternative. Oh no, I made Okusen cry. Oh no. I mean, I don't think all visual novels are eroge. We already said Neptunia is banned, Silva. Stop trying to make Neptunia a thing. It's not a thing. At least not here. Sci-fi therapy visual novel. How does that work? What game were you talking about, Nabiru? Waifu? A buff simp collecting waifu demons by completing our puzzles. That sounds familiar. Give me a second. Hold on. Was that just on? Was that just free on Epic Games on Epic Games Store? I know there was some kind of hell thing on Epic Games Store recently. Let me boot this up. No, it was Rising Hell and then Slain Back from Hell. That's what's currently free on Epic Games Store right now. Let me check my library. Let me see if I might have it. I have so many. I've gotten so many free indie games from. I've gotten so many free indie games from Epic Games Store. It's like, if I ever. If I ever want to play games, once I get my gaming computer and I'm looking for things to play on stream, I have a plethora of indie games. I may not like all of them. Like, the one I'm really excited to play is Daemon X Machina. The one that some people are calling like an Armored Core clone. But let me see Helltaker. No, I don't have it in my library. It's not on the Epic Games Store. I don't think that's a new fetish, Nabiru. I really don't think that's a new fetish. Ah, fostered it. Yeah, I could see that. Ooh. Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries is on sale. That's fun. Not that I can think of. Yeah, I got Daemon X Machina free from the Epic Games Store. It was free for like the first week or whatever when it released. I've played some of the Mech Warrior games and I feel like it doesn't translate well. Like, translating a board game like that doesn't translate super well to video game. Mm-hmm. Well, Gundam just came out with a game, Gundam Evolution. That just came out. It's a free first person hero shooter. And there are plenty of Kamen Rider games, they're just in Japanese. I don't think any of the Kamen Rider games made it to Steam. Yeah, none of the Kamen Rider games made it to Steam. I've heard that the Gundam one is doesn't play a lot like a Gundam game. It plays like Overwatch. It's like essentially Overwatch but with Gundams. Because all the past Gundam games, like the Gundam Versus games and stuff, those were over the shoulder third person view games, and this Gundam Evolution is a first person view, and they don't move with all the same kind of restrictions that we're used to having with a Gundam game. Silva didn't tell me about a not Gundam Gundam. Gundam Build Fighters? That's a show. That's not a game. So it acts as it honestly acts as too good of a commercial for a game that doesn't exist. Oh, Witch of Mercury. I haven't seen the new episode yet, but it's interesting. It's fun to have a new Gundam series again. We've got the yeah, you've got this very socially awkward protagonist. Yeah, we'll watch the new episode Thursday. Yeah, you've got the socially awkward protagonist that just really is trying her hardest. And is getting drawn into so many things. Oh, you got a new unique mecha show, Nabiru. Oh, I've seen Gravion. I've seen Gravion. Gravion was made by Obari. Yes, I've seen Gravion. uh... I've seen both seasons of Gravion. I actually, Gravion is kind of Obari's take on, um, on the themes of Evangelion. So leading up to the release of the final Evangelion rebuild movie, um, I I marathon through Gravion in order to get through it in order to prep myself for the rebuild Evangelion movie. Season 2 Night Girl? Okay. Wasn't that like the main like girl in season 2? Mm. So I'm gonna butcher his name, but Masami Obari Marasumi. Yes. Yes, I do like that one. Like, you can tell from how Obari made Gravion and how Obari made season 2 of Super Robot Wars that he very much wanted to make another porno, another hentai. But he just is really good at drawing giant robots and directing giant robots. At least that's my theory. Or if nothing else, I guess you could say he doesn't shy away from certain adult shots. I like the robots in Gravion, like the Gravion machines. Oh my gosh. Especially that one that's the gold and black one that they get in the second season. Well, towards the end of the second season that Sandman's piloting. Like, oh, that one was so good. I loved that color scheme. I can't really find good pictures of it, but it was glorious. The problem is, it is more expensive to make a mecha show than it is to make any other kind of to make most other kinds of anime, by virtue of the fact that you have to not just have your regular animation team, you have to have someone to design who is good at designing the mechs and the motion and the movement of the mechs. A lot of studios try to get around that by using some 3D modeling and using CGI, but then a lot of times it falls through. It doesn't ring true the same way that the actual like hand done stuff is. Mm-hmm. I got them confused, honestly. Yep. Do you remember what was that one? Not Infinite Stratos, the one with the dragons. Oh my gosh, I have to look this thing up so often. I have to look this up. Crossange. Did you ever see Crossange Nabiru? I can see why. It definitely had a rough start. If I'd been watching it as it came out, I'm not sure if I would have kept up with it. Yeah. Yeah, main character girl got it rough. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's fair, Nabiru. I put up with it because I like the giant robots. I'm willing to put up with a lot of things in exchange for well drawn giant robots. Also, they had music. So the music didn't really come into play till like halfway through the season. Mm-hmm. All right, so as we're winding down, I want to ask each of you, what are your hopes for the coming week? What is it you want to accomplish? What are you working on? What goals do you have? I'll share mine. I had fallen behind on my, not fallen behind, but I guess more fallen off on my character development course because I got busy and overwhelmed with so many other things. So I still have to turn in my next assignment and move on to the next chapter. And I want to get that done this week. At some point this week, I want to get that turned in and start working on the next chapter and pushing forward with my character design course because this is a great opportunity and I don't want to waste it. There's not like a rush or a timeline, but I want to get it done. And I'm concerned that if I don't maintain my momentum, if I don't keep moving, that it's going to be disjointed. I'm not going to internalize the lessons as well, and it's not going to develop into something that I'm going to use on a regular basis. Like the next thing, the next stuff, the material in the next chapter of my character design course are things that I really want to learn. I'm not going to go into them because I don't want to go over. I don't want to reveal some of the stuff from the course because it is a paid course. but it is some material that I definitely want to get the most out of. But I'm definitely curious to hear what you all are working on this week. I also know that I took a couple days off last week of my writing, and I feel like I've been having trouble getting back going, and my writing these last couple days has not been my strongest writing, and it's taken everything I have to not go back and re-edit and redo it, because I want to keep moving, and I know that I'll get that on the second draft. Like, I know I'll figure it out on the second draft, but right now I need to complete the first draft. After today, now I'm working on a cringy Chuny quiz, either as a quote tab quiz or a video. Oh, that sounds exciting, Nabaru. I'm interested to see how your quiz comes out, Nabaru. We got a lot done. Got a lot of the filler maps done. Got most of the framework of the game done. I just have to do the last little bit. I might finish that sometime tomorrow. The last little bit. Found the name. This anime had no reason to have a giant robot, but it did. I should work on some goals so that I can do this, but I really want to get out of this slump in general. Maybe keeping up a dog walking streak and or trying to get one lesson per day in my course. Oh, that sounds exciting, Okusen. I think so. There's this dichotomy, this line that you have to straddle when it comes to trying to stay productive, and if you want to see great change, you have to turn something into a daily habit, into a daily routine, a thing that you're doing that's a part of what you're doing. But you also don't want to get burnt out by pushing yourself and going beyond what you're capable of. So it's like trying to find that sweet spot at something that you can do every day without it burning you out. That's really hard. That's really hard, and yeah. Cause prayers / cosmopolitan prayers. Magical-ish girls that can summon or make this giant robot. It's not a very good anime, but it exists. Like, whenever I talk about wanting to make sure I write every day, Silva's always the first one to point out and say, hey, you know, you don't have to do it every day. Don't burn yourself out. But I do want to make it a habit. I want to make it a part of my routine, not just a thing I do because I'm pushing myself, but I want to make it a thing I do just because it's a thing I do. And trying to find that sweet spot where I can get a daily writing habit where I am consistently writing something, whether it's writing code or events, whether it's writing stuff for my course, whether it's writing stuff for my novel. I want to be creating something, and I want to turn this from a writing challenge into a writing habit. And that's really hard to do while trying to straddle this, while trying to like to walk this line where I'm doing enough that it actually becomes a habit, becomes a part of my routine, but I'm not doing so much that it burns me out. So like, I feel that, Okusen. I definitely feel that. Like, I've been in a slump with my writing these last few days. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to downplay your slump. It sounds like you've been dealing with stuff more than just the last few days. But I'm just letting you know that I understand somewhat of the experience. Also, yes, ADHD makes it so much worse. Oh, Nabiru, why must you hurt me so? Why must you hurt me so, Nabiru? Listen. All right. I mean, you're not wrong, Nabiru. You're absolutely not wrong. I watched every single episode of Darling in the Franxx. I watched the filler episodes. I watched the episodes that were the behind-the-scene episodes they made in order to stall for time while they were making the final episodes. I watched every episode as it aired for Darling in the Franxx. And I regretted everything after episode 15. I think it was 15. 15 was the one when they finally had that understanding between the what's his name, the Darling and 02. He was such a non-character, I forgot his actual name. And you know what's so messed up? Like, I think Mother's Basement put it really well, that like it started so well. It had this great organic storytelling. But then like it just kind of went out the window. And one way to really represent that is there was this big plot event that happened off screen. And one episode ended with saying something was going to happen, right? Then the next episode, they're talking about it as if it had already happened. And then me being me, I'm like, did I miss a week? Did I miss something? And then I had to go back and rewatch the episode 3 times, like that part of the episode 3 times to realize, no, it just happened off screen between episodes. They just didn't animate this happening. But yes, you did hit that nail on the head. I will put up with a lot of things for giant robots. Including Darling in the Franxx. That ending. They just went to space for no reason. Oh, it's fine. We're winding down ourselves, Silva. Good night, Silva. Anyway, let's start winding down. We've been winding down. I have feelings about Gridman that we don't have time to get into. I tried getting into Gridman and I could not. I was not the target demographic for Gridman. But yeah. Hero Man is good. I never finished Hero Man because every time I started getting into it, life happened and I never finished it. But I do enjoy Hero Man. Yes, he does have massive wide legs. Didn't Stan Lee have a hand in the writing of in the scripting of Gridman? I remember I heard something about that. Not Gridman, Hero Man. Got my mans mixed up. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Let me Google that real quick. Yes. Hero Man is a Japanese manga and anime series created by Marvel's Stan Lee and Studio Bones. Yes. So that was made by Stan Lee. It was Stan Lee's anime. That's very true, Nabiru. Anyway, I want to say to all of you, to Silva, to Nabiru, to Okusen, to Jay, to everyone who dropped by for the stream and anyone who watches the VOD, actually, before I do that, I first want to say a shout out and a thank you to Okusen/Jalen for buying me RPG Maker MV and getting that executive producer credit on all streams and content made with the with RPG Maker MV. I told you I was gonna thank you at the end of every stream. You bought me RPG Maker MV. Remember that whole thing? You bought me RPG Maker MV in exchange for me giving you executive producer credit on everything I do with RPG Maker MV, including me thanking you at the end of my streams. You must be very tired. You okay over there, Okusen? Was it me, fam? Was God? Good night, Okusen. Yes, Haruhi Suzuyama did it. Blame Haruhi. Hello, Lady Jublon. I don't know how long you've been here. I'm just getting ready to wind down. You can call me Orion or Ori or Senshi. Do you two know each other? Are you just... Oh, you're just being really excited. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Oh, you did. I'm glad. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it was helpful. If you ever have any Mutants and Masterminds questions, you can ask them on my Discord. I do have a place for that. At some point, I may get back to making videos about Mutants and Masterminds. It's just not really where my interests lay right now. Yeah, as a system, the system definitely has some flaws where it trips over itself and really could help with a couple changes and a couple tweaks. It could be really great. It's like on the cusp of greatness. It has so much possibility. And I think if Game Masters... Yes, it is a great tool set, Lady Jubilon. But I am actually just winding down for the night. So I was just getting ready to do my outro, but then you showed up. I'm sorry if you're just showing up now. Yes, it could definitely use refinement. It definitely needs a version 4. It definitely needs a 4th edition that simplifies character creation, clarifies damage dealing, and gives a more refined way of resolving combat. That doesn't just come down to will the enemy fail their toughness check. Because combat is either over really fast or it's an absolute slog that just keeps going forever and everyone gets bored. I actually started working. Oh my gosh, now I got distracted again. But I actually started working on a system that I wanted to playtest at some point, which was Mutants and Masterminds, but with HP rules, in which, based on your toughness and your stamina score, generated an HP score, and then based on the damage ranks would generate damage amounts, so that every hit that hit would do damage, but then your toughness would act as damage resistance in order to reduce incoming damage. It was a little bit crunchy, but if you're playing Mutants and Masterminds, you're already embracing the crunch, but it removes a lot of the randomness factor. I never got a chance to playtest it. I have to find that again. Yeah, that could be really fun. At some point, I'll probably post it on the channel at some point. Maybe I'll make a video on it talking about my ideas, but I haven't had a chance to playtest them, so I'm not sure if I'm ready to put them out into the wild. I just haven't been able to get a group together to be like, hey, let's run Mutants and Masterminds. And then recently I had to move, and when I moved, I put all my Mutants and Masterminds books in storage because I couldn't really take them with me. So at some point I'm going to be moving later on this year. Hopefully we're all going to move. And then when we do, I'll probably get all my stuff out of storage. So that is one goal. But anyway, sorry, I went off on another tangent again. I'm really bad at goodbyes. I want to tell everyone who showed up for the stream today, Okusen, Lady Jubilon, Silva. Yeah, it's definitely hard whenever you move a lot. I want to tell everyone for showing up at the stream, everyone who watches the VOD, and people who come behind later. Yes, tangents are fun, Nabiru. I want to tell you all that I think that all of you are wonderful. I love each and every one of you, and I believe in all of you. I think that you are great, outstanding people who make this world better by being in it. And I want you all to know that I am grateful to live in a world with all of you in it. Each and every one of you. I value you, and I think that you aren't just special, you're important. I want to tell you all to always remember the motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always stop to enjoy the memes. I hope you all have a good night. My next stream is going to be on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know I keep saying this, and it's because I keep trying this. I'm going to try to figure out when I could do some kind of a guerrilla stream in the middle of the week, because I want to get a third stream in. Crowbar it in somewhere in the week, but I'm not sure where yet. But gonna figure that out. Maybe it'll be somewhere. Maybe it'll be like Tuesday, every other Tuesday or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, good night, everybody.